Make sure you save the date. Prince William and Kate Middleton, whom we now know we're supposed to call Katherine, are going to get married Friday, April 29th at Westminster Abbey. For more on what's already being called the wedding of the century, we want to go back to Katie Nicholl, author of William and Harry Behind the Palace Walls and royal correspondent for the Mail on Sunday. Katie, good morning.
Hello, Harry. I told you it was coming up, didn't I?
You did. We just talked a week or two ago, and you were promising a big surprise, and we surely got it this week. What is the significance of where they're getting married?
Well, Westminster Abbey is, of course, where Prince William's grandmother got married. I think this is going to be the 13th royal wedding at the Abbey. A lot of people think that it has negative connotations for Prince William because, of course, it's where Diana's funeral procession was. But actually, he's terribly comfortable at the Abbey. It's a venue he knows well. And anyone that went to that memorial concert will see how at home he was there. He pulled a huge operation together. And I think the key thing coming out of this wedding is that it's got Prince William and Katherine, as you rightfully call her now, Middleton's stamp all over it.
Have we have a sort of a gauge of public reaction so far?
Well, you can just see the crowds outside the palace now are huge. The Queen has just arrived. The flag is up. She is at home. I think this is going to be a big wedding for not just Great Britain, but around the world. I think we've all had a tough time. We're in the middle of a recession, and there is nothing quite like a royal wedding for lifting all of our spirits. These are a young, glamorous couple, and I think in terms of the royal family, as close as we can possibly get to an A-list celebrity couple. They are so photographed, so followed, so watched, and I think they're going to become so adored, actually.
It does make a great diversion. And now, how involved will Katherine be in the planning of this, or is this really more of a palace event?
Well, it's an interesting question because traditionally royal weddings are handled within the royal household. So you would see Buckingham Palace teaming up with Clarence House. This wedding is completely different. Prince William is arranging it. He is overseeing everything with Katherine Middleton. She's going to be very much a part of it. And the whole thing is going to be organised by St James's Palace. In fact, I've discovered that just 4 people are going to be involved in pulling together this absolutely massive event. That's a real break with tradition, and it's Prince William's way, and this is what we're seeing more of.
So interesting. In America, if there are a big wedding, then there'd be a reception to follow. Will there be sort of parties, and will there be other things besides the giant event that we'll watch on television?
Yes, there absolutely will, Harry. The Queen has already offered to host a ball here at Buckingham Palace 2 days before the wedding. That's quite traditional for her to do that, and I think Prince William and Katherine Middleton have accepted her generous offer. But also, in another breach of royal protocol, the Middletons are being allowed to help with this wedding, and one of the things they should be doing is throwing an engagement party. I also think in terms of a party, we're going to see street parties. They've deliberately chosen a Friday because they want it to be a public holiday, and they want everyone over here to enjoy a 3-day weekend, which I'm sure even the most hardened Republican will be delighted by.
This is interesting that there is such a sort of a spirit of inclusion in all of this.
Yes.
Katherine and her family are really part of this. They're not being sort of shown the ropes. We want you to be part of this, and I guess this is really about the prince.
I think you're absolutely right, and it's something that I've really noticed and written about quite extensively. I think you have to remember, Harry, the palace have learned the lessons of the past. Diana complained that she lived at Buckingham Palace, she was isolated, she was cut off. This is the palace's way of making sure they don't repeat those mistakes, that Katherine and her family, as you rightly say, are brought into this. Every bride wants to be a part of her big day, and Katherine Middleton, just because she's marrying a prince, is no different from anyone else.
Katie Nicholl, thank you so much. Do appreciate it. Great to see you.